Hey guys, welcome back to Parsnips and Parsimony. I am on our third floor space and I have our wedding rack here. This week I should put, today is too ambitious. This week my goal is to get the two girls' dresses hemmed. I haven't worked with chiffon. If you guys follow me over on Instagram, you know I was asking you guys, how do you handle this? I have to hem it. And you guys gave me some great helpful tips and tricks. I went to Joann's. I ended up picking up some silk thread. You guys said this was really important. And then I also found Microtex needles. And they said, you guys also told me these were really important too. So I picked those up. I need to measure Mary because I have Mary and Lydia I need to do this for. I'm going to measure them and then try to start this. Now my thought is, because this is so extremely long, I'm going to cut off less than I should, and then I'm going to take that strip and I'm going to practice with it to see how it's working and if it's doing what I want it to do. If that works well, and once I have that, I'm not going to say mastered, but once I have that to a point where I feel comfortable with it, I will start working on the main portion of the dress. I've watched YouTube. I've done a bunch of reading online. I've done a lot of sewing in my life. I just haven't worked with chiffon. And I talked to some friends at church over the weekend, and they're like, don't work with chiffon, it's awful. And I'm thinking, how bad can it be? So I am stating at the beginning of this video, how hard can it be? It's just chiffon. I may have a different tune by the end of this video. Hi, Mary.
Hi.
So I had Mary stand on a chair here to give me the height that I needed. And you can just let it drop, honey. Thank you. And then we went ahead and marked approximately where we wanted it. So it's about 4 inches from the bottom. And then I just took, well, that's the end of that chalk. And then I took my the chalk rolls off the floor. I just took my measuring, my ruler here and measured off 4 inches and then marked it all the way around. So I'm going to have her get out of it now. And I think I've seen a lot of people do it a lot of different ways. I think I'm going to attempt to iron a crease in it and then try sewing it. So I folded up the fabric to try a little stitching, make sure I had the stitching right, and it wasn't quite right. So I went ahead and made some changes, and I'm going to try it again. So this was my first test, and then the second test, a little too much tension. Third test, a little bit better, opened up the stitch a little bit more. Then I compared it to what was originally there, lengthened the stitch, and it's much better. So I think that's good to go. And now, well, here we go. Alright, I survived. Didn't take that long. Took definitely some fooling around with those stitches. Google, it's better. Not perfect. So this was my original test piece here. And then I went all the way around here. And I think it's good. It definitely puckered a little bit, but the iron worked pretty well with that. So I went ahead and ironed it all. I am taping it up because I don't want to cut this until Mary tries it on. And I'm going to have Mary come in and try this on, make sure it's okay before I cut in here and then roll that one more time. Mary, can you try the dress on, please? Looks good. Okay, these are not... Okay, those are not going to work. Alright, there, it's all trimmed, and now I just have to stitch it around one more time. But, halfway there, then it's just the lining. The lining's easy, different fabric, should, ha! It should be a snap to do! We will see, famous last words, right? But, let's get going on this edge and get this done. I hear our little baby starting to wake up, so let's see if I can finish this before she needs mommy. Lining's hemmed, chiffon is hemmed. Mary just went to try it on, and we'll see if there needs to be any changes to it.
Mary, finish?
Okay, here we go.
Fritz. How is it?
Are you ready?
Okay, just stand up straight and twirl, please. Carefully, don't fall off.
The chair.
What? You ready?
Okay, I think that will work.
What about on the
I
floor?
think so. I gotta ask.
Well, I'm going to have you put your shoes on, and then we'll try it all together. Mary's dress is done, minus the ribbon. We tried it on. I think it's good. So I just fitted Lydia, and I'm waiting for her. Art is helping unpack some books that we had put back when we were trying to get this room redone. And we moved the bookshelf over here. And what did he find in one of the books that we had packed away? But, yes! I am going to look up chiffon. Let's see if there's any tips in here for me. I mean, like, that's perfect timing.
But you already did one of the dresses.
I know, but I still have one dress to go. I might learn something else. Okay, so I'm reading this section about sheer and silky fabrics, and it talks about considerations, chiffon as being one of them, and what you're supposed to do and how to handle them. And then it talks about machine needle sizes, which we got a 70, and it says 60. I don't know why 70 is not, maybe, I don't know. But 70 is between 65 and 75, so I think I'm okay there. Stitch length 12 to 16, I think I'm good there. So setting 2.5 to 2, and I'm about 3.5. So I probably need to change that. And then it says here, French hairline overlock double stitch or special hems. Overlock, rolled overlock, hand rolled, tricot bound hairline, or narrow top stitch. So I'm going to look those up and read up on them. Okay, we're trying something with this dress. We're trying ironing it before I do the first seam to see if that helps have a better edge. I tried something different. After ironing it, I stitched it. I went slower, and then about halfway through, I started, you guys had suggested possibly using, I think you called it a self-feeding foot or an auto-feeding foot. And I thought, well, if the foot helps pull it out, maybe if I add a little bit of tension from both sides, it would help. And it actually did. So you can see how this is far more puckered, and then this is much straighter. So note to self, hold the fabric a little bit taut. Don't stretch it, but just taut. And let the feet do most of the work, and it came out a lot better this time. What I'm doing now is taking a pair of sharp scissors and trying to cut as close to that seam as I can. And then when I'm done with it, I will just roll it over and stitch again. So much better. Definitely iron before, between, and then adding that tension really helped. And I haven't ironed this yet, so yes, much, much better. I went ahead and finished up the lining, doing the same thing like I did with the chiffon, and I definitely iron, just a minute, definitely iron between the layers and the stitching because it came out so much better. So I'm going to have Lydia try this on one last time to make sure it's good, but then all the hemming's done. Okay, let me see. Stand there. I think it is perfect. It's just like Mary's, and then we'll have...
Other than it's just big.
It's big, but what we're going to do to fix that is the ribbon that we got. If you want to just... Yeah, I think that looks really nice. All right. It was a good day's work. Thank you.
This color.
No, the red does
too
not look
bright.
good. All right. 10:30. I think it's 10:30 at night. Success. Still have to do the ribbons, but I don't foresee that being hard. That's just a little bit of hand tacking those ribbons and then making sure that they don't slide around. But yay, I feel like I tackled something. It was a little hairy there. I don't know, when I go back and watch the footage, you guys will probably be able to tell my stress level, particularly not knowing how to work with the fabric. I had so many people tell me it's a bear to work with, and, you know, I feel so bad for you. And I think that negativity was definitely leaching into trying to figure out how to do it. But after I did Mary's dress, and it wasn't awful, I decided to try a different technique with Lydia's, which even worked even better. So, if you guys are going to try chiffon, remember, iron, low heat, it makes a better seam. Go slow and practice with getting the stitching right, the right length and the right tension. It worked. I think it looks really nice. I will give it one final iron before they all wear it, but really, really happy, and it's just a check off the list. Yay! So with that, I'm going to end today's video. Thanks so much for coming along with me. And most of you will probably be like, I'm never working with chiffon, and I don't blame you, but I actually think I wouldn't mind doing it again. Thanks so much for coming along. Hope you're having a fabulous day, and we'll see you next time. Good night.